Welcome back to another video. My name is Jenny Penton, founder of Planner Perfect, and today we're going to be talking about how I am staying organized this holiday season, what I put in my traveler's notebook, like what books am I housing inside of it, what's my favorite pen, how am I staying organized, mom of 8 here, grandmom of 2 little boys, and hey, let's get started. For joining me today. We are going to be talking about how to stay organized this holiday season, what I'm using as my books, what I keep in my traveler's notebooks, and how I ultimately stay organized. So if you're new, I want to welcome you, and I want to introduce myself just a little bit to give you a little bit of background. But I am founder of Planner Perfect, a planner and journal and traveler's notebook company. I am a mom of 8. I'm an artist and a grandmother of 2. And I have been bringing this style, the Planner Perfect method of planning, to my community for a very long time now. And it has been nothing but fruitful for me. I have a lot of ease and flow that come into my days. I don't work by a task sheet alone, but more I operate off of how I want to feel, where I'm going overall, and who I'm becoming. So there's more to your planning than finding just the right planner so that you can be organized with your to-do list. There's a reason why women don't find planner peace. The reason is because they're chasing the wrong thing. And when you go and chase something to try to organize yourself, it's just not going to work because you're going after organization of the wrong thing. You need to more organize the mind, start from where you are, start from who you are, who you want to become, and then you're going to reflect that onto your pages, and you need a lot of room for that. Because in my method of planning, it's more where you are identifying all of the things that you want to do, what you want to be. You're sitting in the stillness so you can even get ideas, and you are jotting these things down with detail so that it impresses the subconscious mind. When you go by just jots and bullet points all of the time, they appear to be just tasks. There's something where it takes willpower, it takes strength, because it's just something that you must do, versus incorporating any kind of things that you need to do, such as to-dos or little things around the house or appointments or calls or what have you. Those kind of things then take all the whole new meaning when you incorporate them into your everyday life. You, of course, when it comes to something that you need to jump out at you, make it that way. And the pages that are in the Planner Perfect planners, they are open and available for you to be able to do and write and script in a way that grabs your attention or makes your eyes move in a certain way. But I will tell you this, that the more you are detailed and you really write out your day as though the day had already happened, and all that you want to accomplish, all that you want to do, what you're going to wear, what you're going to cook, what you're going to do, what errands, where you're going. When you do all that and then you're writing it a day or two or even a week in advance, you're literally impressing the subconscious mind as though you've already done it. So you've got this great feeling, you're going toward it. The more you script and the more detailed you get, you can't help but evoke feeling. So it's like, oh, I'm going to do this. I think I'll add this here. I think we'll make this for dinner because that would be, everyone will really love it. And you just really get into this flow of just good feeling vibes. I think that planning and task managers, unless you're working outside the home in an office setting, or you are working at home in an office setting, that's going to take a little bit of a different look. You do need to go more by a more task managerial type of or you write down in an agenda format how you and what you need to accomplish, and kind of even a bullet point type of format if you are following someone else's rules of what need to be done or accomplished and things like that in a certain amount of time. So those kind of things, that's going to look differently than any woman that is at home and maybe even doing her own business. I own my own business, and I'm telling you, it's not even in a task manager type of focus at all either. So I think that planning, all of that kind of stuff is so overrated in how we do it. Everything really that looks hard is actually really simple. I think we overthink it. I mean, I have a lot of kids, I own my own business, and I honestly, I script my day full and abundant, and I incorporate everything that I want to do, and I want to, what I really want to accomplish. And I make sure that I cover all my tracks so that, I'm being taken care of, that I'm thinking of my health, that I'm thinking of my exercise, that I'm thinking about my diet, thinking about me, as well as how me, want to accomplish these things and serve others throughout my day, and then how do I want to wind out my day. It's really where you truly can't organize thought unless you get it all out of your head and pour it out on paper, day by day by day, of all the things you want to do and you want to accomplish. When you really, and being able to do this, you're spreading out all that you want to do across a week to 2 weeks to the whole month, so that you're not overburdened, or you're not going off of a big list that can seem so overwhelming that causes us to procrastinate. Instead, you can break down all those things that you want to do and provide such meaning that can potentially even surround them. So let's say you have a dentist appointment. You're like, well, Johnny, how could you possibly make something amazing around that? Well, what I do is I'll be like, well, I'm going to run to the dentist, and you know what? I think because I'm out this way, out in this area of town, I'm going to go ahead and stop here, here, and here, because I'm never really out here. I'm going to grab lunch. I'm going to grab this for the kids and bring it home. I'm going to do this, this, and this. So there's different things that you can literally take something that would just be considered a tick off and actually create something that has more meaning around it. How you can create such of more of a even flow in your day, so it just evenly flows, rather than to-dos are abrupt. To me, they're abrupt, they're harsh, they cause willpower, they cause a lot of hustle, and they can cause a lot of stress. When you take things that you have to do and want to do, and you combine them within your day, and you create meaning behind them, then everything flows effortlessly and easily. My mom, when it came to cleaning the house, she would always, like once a month, or when she would do her deep cleaning, she would always get a new feather duster, a new candle, new rags, new everything, so that it would help motivate her and inspire herself to clean the home for the family. And it's kind of that same concept with everything that you're wanting to do and to accomplish. If you're going to have devotions, do you have a special place that you like to sit? If you get up earlier in the morning, what do you want to accomplish? All of these things take your thought, your visualization. So these pages are virtually your daily vision board, because you're scripting so much about how you want to feel and what you want to do that you just can't help but be organized, inspired, and ready to go. It's just like you will be on like automatic pilot to fulfill all of your goals, because you took the time to visualize what that would look like. You've got your favorite coffee, you made sure that you had it. You had your grocery list done, you know what you're doing for dinner, because you visualized and thought out that whole week out of what people would want to eat and what you'd want to eat, and to keep your goals. All of this takes some visualization, because you cannot achieve anything you can't visualize. And the best way to visualize something that you want to do is to incorporate it into the fullness and the wholeness of who you are. And so rather than go by lists, rather than go by a long stream of things that need to be accomplished and seems to never be endless, more so just be looking at things as, number one, you can look at things as, am I too busy, and how can I be less busy? Or how can I make my life right now be more abundant, be more fulfilling? What can I do? It takes, depending on where you are and what's happening, it'll take some visualization, and it'll take some stillness, because God will actually lead you in the directions that you need to go, on what you need to do, what you need to cut off, what you need to change. Boredom is a surefire way. If you're in a stage of your life where, hey, I can't even really fill up my pages, there's not much for me to do. I kind of get up, I kind of have my coffee, maybe I'll run an errand, I come home. It's like, well, then this is a time that kind of, that lull, that time, maybe it's a time to, be refreshed on your mental state. You need to change some way you're thinking. You're becoming more and greater, and so you're going through some behavioral changes. You're changing old habits, getting into some new habits. Then be thinking and be listening for ideas, and really go for every idea that you got. I've always had such a very high success rate in going for every idea that I got, because I know that God breathed. It's just I get ideas. And whenever I'm in like this happy, joyful state, or I'm in the stillness meditation type where I'm quiet, I always get these ideas and I always go for them. And they've always been very, very successful for me. But get ideas about where you want to go. Ask God. Say, what's next for me? What's next for my health? Where do I go? What do I do? Just start asking these questions. Write them down in your journal. Script them out. What are your wants? What are your desires? And pretty soon, you're going to get floods of ideas. You're going to be directed, led. Things will fall in your lap, and you'll be led to places that lead to people that whatever. You'll be beginning to get into this groove of living a very fulfilled and amazing life. And so pretty soon your pages will be filled, even with no children under feet, at a different season of your life where you're doing so many things for yourself and doing so many great things and sharing your story with the world. So you're doing service, and you're maybe being more fit than you've ever had in your life. You've got more time for that. You're learning how to cook. You're baking bread in the home. There's just so many different things that you could do. And it's going to be so directed toward you, your life, and specific for you and your goals and what you're wanting and where you're going, and specific toward you. And so staying organized is a lot simpler than what you think. If you do work outside the home, this method most definitely can work for you, because you've got to take into account that when you're doing work and this is not pertaining to your business, but if you work for someone else, because working for yourself has a different feel. So when you do work for someone else, you do have to abide by their rules, and that's why I say that. But when you do that, you're going to be either certain parts of your day are going to be busy towards that, and so you need to be kind of following certain rules for that. But there's your morning routine, how you can really take advantage of rising early and taking advantage of your morning hours and what you can accomplish in those morning hours before you're working. In the evening time, what you can do to take advantage of that evening time to accomplish things for yourself and things you want to do. And then also for on the days that you have off, what are you going to accomplish? What are you going to do? What are you going to get all done and everything? Get yourself prepped and ready for another work week. So, and so that method can very much so, sometimes I've done a video on that before, you can catch it up here, but what you can do is it's like one side would be for your morning routine and your evening routine for that day, and the next day would be your gratitude, where you'd be writing out everything that you're grateful for, and it's kind of like your devotion for the day, to just be like, I'm grateful for this, and you're getting your mind in the right start. And so it's just like, okay, in the morning, I'm going to rise at 5 a.m. I'm going to do these exercises. I'm going to do devotions, walk the dog, take a shower. I'm going to do this, have my breakfast prepped and ready. It's all of these kind of things that you could be really thinking about what you want to do, depending on when you work and when you get home. So be thinking about how you can really use the nighttime hours as well. I learned from Robin Sharma, and it's a really great advice, that he advises taking a walk in the evening, because it gives you that second wind that a lot of us need to take advantage of the nighttime hours before we go to bed. So like after dinner, by taking a walk, you can revitalize yourself to clean up a little bit, to get laundry tidied up, to it just gives you that second wind to be able to accomplish it. Maybe you can work in your journal, or work in your planner, or do something that's for you, that you could read, do certain things that really you just can take advantage of the nighttime hours. And that walk really does help, because I do it, and helping giving you that second boost of energy to get some really great things done in the evening hours. So that is something that is amazing to do. And if you're working outside the home, this method is very, very still relative, very important to take on, because this method is a tool that allows you to really achieve success in your goals and what you want to go for, by firstly aiding you by the blank page. It's such a prompt to decide what you want. It's like, what do I even want? Because you have to know that. You have to know that. It's like going to the store and going with no idea of what you need. You're just going to come up with a bunch of stuff that you didn't need, and then didn't even get what you did need, and it's just a hodgepodge. So you don't want to live a hodgepodge life. You have to know what you want, so that you can have an aim and you know what you're going for. And all it takes, honestly, you think it's like, I have no idea. Well, then sit still for a while and think of nothing. Just think of nothing. That's what meditation is. And just allow yourself to be still. Allow all thoughts that could be negative or anything at all to just leave the mind, keep removing them. Sit in stillness for a while and see what God's going to show you and reveal to you. Also, by staying in more of a high vibration, meaning you're taking note and you're consciously choosing to choose joy no matter what's going on. Because when you're in that state of joy, you can hear God. You just can, because you're in a state of where He's at. And God is in that state of perfection and of joy and happiness and love and surrender and all of those good things. Whatever is lovely, that's where God is. God is always there and He never leaves you. But when you can hear Him, you've got to float up to where He's at. So when you allow all that negativity to drop and the doubt to drop and all of that, then you can float up to where you can hear. And He's always constantly guiding, constantly trying to show you the way, and is always there showing the way, leading the way. It's up to us to be able to hear it. And that is how one of the couple ways that you can hear. So in that stillness, you will be directed, you will be led, you will be guided. And pretty soon your pen will be just flying with where it wants to, of where God leads, and giving you such amazing ideas of what you want to do. So this is Poppy, and I have her in a wide and everyday organized. I have my tip-ins right here for right now. And usually I even put my stickers in here too, but I really like this like suede feel right here. So I like to keep it blank because it's so pretty. And it just shows off the red door. So I really like it. So how I always use, and I have my stickers in the back with my notepad, but how I always usually do it is that I just keep two, because it holds 4 books. So I'm keeping like last month's journal and planner, and then I'll have the previous, not the previous, but the current planner and journal. And that's usually what I do. This time I set it up a little bit different because it's Christmas time. And besides, I don't like to let any of the last month go very much because it is so fat and so delicious that I don't like to let it go. For example, this is, what I used all fall, and it's fat and it's delicious and it's loaded with my life and my journaling. And you try letting that go. It's like so gorgeous that it's your life. It's who you are. It's not just a to-do list. It's you becoming. And this is Yazabel and the Croc. I know I'll get asked. More of her is coming in, so stay tuned for that. I think we're out of her. So I have my December journal, or my planner, and then I have my journal that we work in together over in my fans group every Thursday. I also have my Christmas journal that has, this is in our journal section. In the drop down, it'll have a Christmas planner that you can get. And so I have that in here. And then the latter part from the red thread on is blank for journaling your whole December. So I have done a previous video on what that looks like, and it's so amazing to be able to have that and be such a dual tool like that, to be able to write down your list of what you want to gift people, loved ones, and then in the back it's all the memories and your day-to-day journaling of your December. So, and what I did that's a little bit different for me this time, and I used a book that's going to last me all year, an art print. This is one of my art prints here, the hydrangea, and I did my menu planner. So I really wanted my menu planner to be in with my main planning, and so I probably will be doing that from now on. I just think it's very handy to always have. This is also in the journal section where it's in the drop-down menu, and it's the 12-month menu planner. So you've got, your 1 month of meals and your baking day, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then the next month continues. So this has been super handy. I'm going to do a separate video for that for the new year on how I really take advantage of this menu planner and how it's really been aiding me to stay on point with all of my meals and my baking day, and how I can stay organized in the kitchen. So this keeps me organized in the kitchen. This is keeping me organized for my Christmas. My journal keeps me on my mental diet, which keeps my head on straight and makes me, it's a tool to be used so that I'm consciously aware of my thoughts, of my feelings, and I'm directing them towards God's promise instead of anything negative. If you're not over in my community on Facebook, please do. We are doing a new book pick, and where we are focusing really on, it's called by Emmett Fox, The Mental Equivalent. And that is our new book club pick, where we'll be kind of discussing it during the weeks there in December, and where we're really going to be going through keeping our minds focused on whatever is lovely. And that's basically, the book is just got so many gems in it. You're going to want to read it. It's amazing. So we journal our way through our book with memories and gratitude and believe. We are really using that word. This is the theme for the month in the Planner Perfect community, and it's really putting our faith and our trust and believing that God does what he says he's going to do. And sometimes that can be a hard thing to trust on because it's unseen, but it is one of the only things we should be pursuing because it's the foundation and the elixir of life. It really, really is. It is all about believing in what God says and of what is in the unseen and pulling from the unseen to the seen. So, and then of course, my planner, this is how, I'll be staying organized all December long. It's getting into your goals. It's writing, what do you want to do for your December and your goals, and what do you want to achieve, and write all the details about what you want to do. Is there different little cookie party you want to do, or are you going to attempt what do you want to attempt in December? What goal do you want to start? Or maybe you want to wait till January for that. But what different things in December do you want to do? We always do a gingerbread party where me and the kids and the older kids, my husband, all of us, we do a gingerbread contest. So we build gingerbread houses and then we vote on them and stuff like that. But getting them glued together can be tricky. A lot of times they collapse and it's a big hoot. So we'll have different things that I love to put down and really dream about in my goals that I want to bring to my family as traditions and things that will bring my family such joy and to really visualize that out. And it just always comes to pass, and just like it the exact way that it was scripted. It's really quite beautiful. So, keeping in mind that you don't have to do everything in December, or keeping in mind that you don't have to do everything, keeping in mind that you can make if there's different things that you really want to accomplish and do, you can also grab, to get a brain dump of things that you want to do. You can get a 12-month planner and start writing in the middle of the pages of the months of all that you want to accomplish. Or you could just use the tablet in the back. Sometimes I'll write a tablet in the back. So if I just want to do a brain dump, I'll write down all of the different things that I want to accomplish, and then I put them in where I need it to go. But normally I'm really hyper focused on month by month. Because of the fact that things can change so rapidly, unless it's a vacation that I'm planning for, which right now things are a little bit off with that anyway, with the pandemic. But honestly, I plan basically month by month, unless it is some sort of like future event or planning event or something that I have to do in the future. Then I use my 12-month planner. But other than that, I'm hyper focused on month by month. It keeps my attention where it needs to be so that I can focus and do all the things that I want to accomplish and do. I'm staying current. I'm staying in the moment. I'm staying just where I need to be, so that what I want to do in that month, in that current month, will be done, not just done, but done well. And that's why I feel like month by month, taking that look at and just really letting other things go that doesn't fit into the month, because next month I can revisit that and it could look completely different. I could have just not wanted to do that anyways, or sometimes things change, and I just really like the hyper focus of month to month because it keeps my mind where it needs to be to accomplish the things I want to do very well. And because there's always going to be things to do, there's always going to be things that you want to accomplish, or there's always going to be this and that and this and that. For my business and things that's for personal, that's where a lot of my heart is, and I want to, where I'm growing my business. That is something that I do keep in a business planner, and I can do another video for that because that's my passion and it's what I do. And so I've got things I want to do for my YouTube. It's like a running list of different ideas. I have also a 12-month in there where each month I have what I'm painting, what the theme is, what books we want to read, what I want to inspire others with. So I really have a whole other planner set up though for things like that, where it comes to my business and my personal my own business. And so since I can set the rules, I kind of set up my own black TN. I set up a black TN. It's the, I think it's the Sophia. And it's just a really beautiful, organized place for me to put all my thoughts and all my visions and all my dreams and goals into there. And so it has its own separate entity. So if you guys want to see me do another business video, I've done some, but I have changed mine around. If you want to see it, leave me a comment below and I can sure put one of those out for you. If you guys own your own business and would like the inspiration on how I organize mine. But when it comes to my family, when it comes to where I am incorporating just my own personal life, and I'll pull from my business and I'll put it in here. So if I know I want to do a video or something like that, I will put it into my main personal planner. So that's kind of like where I do all my vision boarding, and then I pull from that and I put it into this because this is my heart. This is where I'm at. I am here. I'm a mom of many. I have grandbabies I watch, and this is where I'm at. So I need to be able to be organized with where I am at right now. I can't have two separate planners. I'm not in two separate places. This is just another vision board area, my business planner, where that's all the brain dumping goes. And then I pull from those ideas and I plunk them into my main planner, which is the only planner I adhere to for what I'm going to do. And that's how I stay organized. That's how I stay on top of my game. That's how I accomplish what I accomplish and get not only taking care of a slew of kids, but I also create video content. I paint new art for the book covers. I take phone calls and Zoom calls, and play games with my kids at night, take a walk, take care of my own personal health, have baking days, and you can too. And it's a matter of just dreaming up how you want to live and how you're going to do it. So in another video, because I don't want to make this too long, I will take you step by step from how I would brain dump and take something from I keep pointing back here because this is it. This is my business planner. How I would pull from my business planner and put it into my main planner. So I will give you a step-by-step guide on that because it's easy to do, but yet sometimes just having that visual, it means everything. So I will do a video, be looking for that ASAP. But yeah, and I've got for my prints in here, I keep it all nice and kept it all, the cheetah, I got the graphic line, the leopard. So that's my YouTube videos. These are my dreams. So that's my future forward goals. And I even have a manifestations. I like to write down answered prayer in here on things that where God really led me in certain areas and what I've seen. So that's kind of fun too. So this is what I got. And this first one here is my 12-month, the cheetah. It's amazing. I mean, that is such a perfect tool for planning a business, honestly, if your own business. So I will be looking for that video because I will post that up soon. But that is how I'm going to be staying organized all Christmas season. I've got everything I need all right here. I've got a white lammy, which is absolutely gorgeous, I thought, with this. So I can plan out my menus. I can plan out my gift guide right all in here. I've got my current journal that I journal in every morning and every chance I can get, and which is basically like my gratitude and my day-to-day journaling. And then over in the Christmas journaling, I am going to be making sure that each day I kind of get in there and write the events down of the day and doing really more of a journal type of what we did, and be doing that more towards the end of a day. And then I've got my main planner. So I'm really everything I need right here. And it's simple and it's easy, it's elegant, it's gorgeous, functional. Your day flows. You will find such success in everything you set out to do, and how because you are coming from it from a place of being in wholeness, and everything you set out to do comes from your well-being of your heart. It comes from the wellspring of the heart. And so when you plan your life from the wellspring of your heart, things get done because you're coming from a place of wholeness, and you're coming from a place of vision and intention, rather than taking bits of piece of you and segmenting them out like that. You're gonna always bump up against, running out of steam or willpower, or then you find yourself procrastinating. When you incorporate everything that is a part of you into one of who you are with an aim and a vision, then it becomes so simple, because then you can take away and abstract anything from you, subtract anything from you that does not fit within your aim, or you can add to it things that will complement. You'll know when to say no. It's like a mission statement for your everyday. You'll know when to say no. You'll know when to say yes, because you have an aim. You know where you're going. You know where you're going personally. You know where you want to go with your family. If you want more peace, you're going to take kids out of some things. If you want more busy, maybe you'll add one thing to bring some more fun. It's just where you're headed and where you're going. Do you hold dinners dear at 5 o'clock? Do you want everyone around the table? What are the traditions you want to bring? It's coming from a place of a mission statement. It's coming from the heart. It's coming from where you want your family to be. It's coming from your vision for what you want for yourself and your family. And when you plan from that end, you can't help but succeed, because you're coming from the heart, and you're spending that time visualizing and feeling it and scripting it all out and really writing out all the details, being led by God as you go. The Planner Perfect method is the only method and only planning system that I know of that honestly will take you places you never dreamed of. Thanks for watching. Happy December, and until next time.